Hey guys! Do you know that you are able to cover visual components and screens of your applications with some kind of unit tests, which would make sure that they display their content perfectly pixel by pixel? These tests are known as snapshot tests or screenshot tests or sometimes visual regression tests, and there are multiple frameworks which implement this. But in general, the idea is the same. First, you would need to make a screenshot of your view component or screen in some kind of state. And this screenshot is going to be saved as an image reference. Then, during the tests run, the new screenshot is going to be generated for this exact state, and then the screenshot is going to be compared with the image reference pixel by pixel. So, if there are some code modifications which cause unexpected change in the visual component's look, then this could be detected. And I would say this is a life changer for any front-end developer, including us iOS developers. So let me show you how it works. Currently on the screen you can see a Swift package with one Swift UI view, which is driven by the view model and could be generally in two states. There is a loading state and a loaded state. So in loading state it shows some kind of progress view. In loaded state it shows title, subtitle and some kind of action button. Actually, I've implemented it over here to show you some previews. So this is the loading state, this is the loaded state, and also I created a preview for a state when the content is loaded, but the texts are really long. So this is the edge case. And this is an expected behavior for this view, and I want to be sure that in these cases the view always looks like this. So let's try to cover that with some snapshot tests. So I'm going to use the framework named Swift Snapshot Testing. As you can see, Google outputs it as a first result whenever you're googling something like Swift Snapshot Testing or Visual Regression Tests for Swift, and so on. As I know, it supports the Swift Package Manager, so we could just directly inject it into my project. So first we need to modify the dependencies of this package, and also we need to add this framework as a dependency to the unit tests inside the package. Alright, so now we are able to actually implement the unit tests for this element. As you can see, I'm already importing the UI elements. Now I would need to import also the snapshot testing. Then I would need to import either the XC tests or the Swift UI testing. It is completely up to you, whatever you prefer. And finally, I would need to import the UI kit. I will explain it later why it is needed. So we are going to implement the system under test view tests, which are going to be executed on the main actor. So we are going to have three tests. Let's say this is going to be the test loading to test the view in the loading state, and also we would cover two other cases, so for the loaded content state and for the loaded with long texts. So I'm going to use some single method for all the three cases. So let's name it, for example, assert system under test view. So this method is going to have a few parameters. First of all, the view model. Let's actually use the preview view model, which I was already using for the Swift UI previews over here. So each test is going to look something like assert system test view with the view model. For the loading case, we're going to use the loading static view model. for the loaded, it's going to be the loaded. And also I have a third one, the loaded huge text. Now back to the method itself. So the snapshot testing framework has multiple methods, but I'm going to use only one just to give you a general idea what the assert snapshot is. So it is going to be a method assert snapshot, and as you can see by default it has two parameters to provide. The value is the either UI kit UI view or the Swift UI view. So in our case it is our system test view with our provided view model. Then I would need to specify the type of the snapshot test. So I'm going to generate this view as an image and compare it with the image reference. And also I would like actually to modify this a little bit. First, I would like to modify the precision of the test. Let's give some room for the system for the differences in displaying, for example, text or curved shapes with anti-aliasing. So let's say that our precision for the pixel-to-pixel comparison is going to be 99%. Then I would need to specify the layout. So for these tests, I'm going to generate images of fixed size. Let's say 375 by 812 pixels. As I know, it is the size of iPhone 7. If I am not wrong, please let me know in the comments. And finally, I'm going to specify the traits, and that's why I have imported the UI kit to this file. I'm going to specify the user interface style, and I'm going to run these tests only for the light mode. If you want, you can actually run this assert snapshot twice for light and dark mode, or you can provide it as an argument in the assert call, up to you. Finally, I need to specify the test name over here. So let's provide the test name as a string, and it's going to be the name of the function. So let's provide it over here, and also let's provide the line of for our test where this method is called. So it's going to be unsigned integer, and by default it's going to be just the number line. So why do we need the test name? Let me get back to you with that in a second. First, let's just run these tests and check if that works. So we are running it on our simulator, and as you can see, all three tests failed. The problem is that there is no image reference on the first run, so there is nothing to compare the generated screenshots with. However, by default, the snapshot testing, it actually saves all these generated images as image references. You can see it in this directory. So I am, well, glad with these images as references. They look fine. So if I would run this test again, now the new screenshots are going to be compared with these image references, and as you can see, the test finally started to passing. Okay, let's put some stress on that. What if during the code modifications I would do something stupid and, for example, change the color of this background circle? In this case, these tests supposed to at least detect these changes and let me know. Yeah, so as you can see, all the three tests failed. And if I would go to the details of the tests run, for example, for the loaded state, then I have like 3 files to look for. First, there is the reference image. So this is the image reference, the initial state of the view which we are trying to achieve. And then there is the failure state. This is the state of the view from current code. So as you can see, now our circle is red. But what if I don't see that? Like, how could I understand what is going wrong here? Nicely, I have this difference file, which, as you can see, shows me some white masks, which show me all the pixels which are different between screenshot and actual image reference. All right, but what if these changes are exactly what I would like to have? What if I actually need this circle to be red? Then I need to re-record the image reference for this test. I could actually just remove all these files from the directory, but I have another method to do this. I'm going to just specify the record parameter of the assert snapshot call. So in this case, if I run the test again, then on each call of the assert snapshot, the test is going to be run in the recording mode. So as you can see, now all the image references were re-recorded with this red circle. The problem is only that it is going to be like this on every test run, so the tests are going to fail forever. So don't forget to remove the recording mode after you've re-recorded your image references. And this is it. Now I have a unit test which constantly check the visual appearance of my view. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to know more about visual regression testing, let me know in the comments. Also, you would be able to find this exact repository with the link from the description of this video. And see you next time. Cheers!